everyone, it's Rubel here. So, did you know, in recent years, the number of foreign visitors to Japan has skyrocketed, and honestly, this has sparked a lot of discussions inside the country. Today, we're going to dive into some really interesting questions like, first, how do Japanese people feel about all these new visitors? Second, what kind of rules matter most in Japan? Third, what's the government's policy on welcoming travelers? Stick around, because this might surprise you. Not welcome in Japan? Okay, let's clear something up right away. Believe it or not, the idea of racial discrimination hardly even existed in Japan for most of its history. Why? Well, Japan is a complete island nation. For over 2,000 years, almost everyone who lived here was Japanese. So, there just wasn't much concept of race in daily life. But things have been changing really fast. In the last couple of decades, not only have tourists been pouring in, but more and more people are moving to Japan to live here. 100 years ago, yes, there were people from abroad living in Japan, but it was a tiny minority. Now, in some towns, the number of foreign residents is actually larger than the number of Japanese locals. Crazy, right? And in those places, problems that Japan has never experienced before are suddenly showing up. That's why these conversations about how to live together have become a big topic here in Japan, especially this year. From the outside, Japan might even look a little outdated compared to the rest of the world. Common sense matters in Japan. Here's something really important to understand. In Japan, common sense is a huge deal. Even if there's no official law or written rule, most people naturally follow a set of unspoken rules. These are cultural norms that have been shaped over centuries of history, but here's the tricky part. These rules aren't written in any rulebook or law code. If you've never lived in Japan, of course you wouldn't know them. Now, with so many more tourists and residents from abroad, Japan has been making more clear rules. But many people still don't follow them. Sometimes it's just because they didn't know, but other times, even with clear guidance from announcements and signs, some people still don't follow the rules. This has led to frustration. It's true, some Japanese people have started to feel negatively towards certain visitors, and as a result, the government has been creating more regulations that restrict tourist and resident behavior. So maybe you're wondering, wait, does this mean Japanese people don't actually welcome me? The truth. Here's the good news. The majority of Japanese people really do welcome you. But there's one important condition. Please respect the rules while you're here. Japanese culture tends to value the group more than the individual. In other words, it's not just about you. It's about everyone being comfortable together. The idea is, if everyone follows the rules, then everyone can enjoy a safe, pleasant environment. That's the mindset most Japanese people have. Unique Japanese rules. Alright, let's talk about some unique rules in Japan that you'll definitely want to follow when you visit. Don't trash your hotel room. In recent years, more and more hotels in Japan have had serious problems with rooms being left extremely dirty or even damaged. Sometimes, the mess is so bad that the hotel can't even rent the room to the next guest. This has actually become one reason why hotel prices in Japan have been going up. For Japanese people, it's just common sense. When you borrow or rent something, you return it in as close to its original condition as possible, even if you paid for it. Throw trash only in designated places. Here's something that surprises a lot of visitors. In Japan, you can't just throw your trash anywhere. If you toss it in the wrong place, in some areas you can even be fined. Over 10 years ago, there used to be trash bins almost everywhere. But they would overflow, or people would just toss garbage on the street when the bins were full. So now, there are far fewer public trash cans. If you've got trash, keep it with you until you find a designated bin, or just use the trash can at your hotel. No phone calls on trains. On almost all trains in Japan, talking on your phone is not allowed. Here's why. Japanese train systems are really complex. Announcements about destinations, transfers, and delays are super important. If everyone's chatting on their phones, nobody can hear the announcements. So, phone calls inside the train are banned. Even when you're talking with friends or family, the common sense is to keep your voice down. Be aware of your surroundings when walking on the street. The roads in Japan are much narrower than what many visitors are used to. Cars or bicycles might suddenly come from behind or from the side. If you're walking with friends or family, don't spread out across the street. Especially near train stations, the sidewalks are crowded with people, many of them in a hurry. So please, don't block the way. Don't enter restricted areas. In Japan, you'll sometimes see beautiful spots or great viewpoints that are marked as off-limits. But lately, more and more tourists have been sneaking in just to get that perfect photo. The thing is, there's always a reason why those areas are restricted. Sometimes it's to keep things running smoothly. Tourist spots get crowded, and to let everyone enjoy them safely, some areas are closed off. Other times, it's about your own safety. Sadly, there have been accidents where people ignored the signs, entered restricted areas, and lost their lives. Of course, not every Japanese person follows every single rule, but most people do. And that's what helps everyone enjoy a comfortable life together. And trust me, there are lots more unique Japanese rules out there. I'll share more of them in another video. The Japanese government's policy. Now, let's move on to how the Japanese government itself views foreign visitors. For over 10 years, Japan's official policy has been to actively welcome travelers from abroad. They've also announced plans to gradually increase the number of immigrants living here, but not everyone agrees. One politician, Sohei Kamiya, has argued against this approach. He promotes something he calls Japanese First. And right now, this idea is being actively debated in Japan. So naturally, people start asking questions like, will Japan stop accepting tourists? Are Japanese people trying to shut out foreigners? You might even see headlines like this in international media. But let's be clear, as of now, Japan has no such policy. Kamiya belongs to a small minority party in parliament, so his ideas won't suddenly become government policy. And importantly, he has never once said that foreigners should be completely excluded from Japan. Remember, Japan has been a single ethnicity nation for over 2,000 years. That means most Japanese people never had to ask questions like, what does it mean to be Japanese? Or, how should we connect with other cultures? Honestly, many Japanese have just never thought about it. Kamiya's idea of Japanese First is really about this. Let's start by thinking about what it means to be Japanese. Here at Ears Japan, we believe in something else. A future where you love Japan and Japan loves you back. And we'll keep sharing more videos about Japan with you. So stay tuned for the next one. See you next time. Bye.